For the next couple of segments, I'm going to be discussing a subject that I've been diving into as of late. That's the year 2012. What's going to happen? For all we know, none of these will happen.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
This is only the beginning. We will prepare. We will grow stronger. When the time is right, we will emerge and take our rightful place as the supreme power of the universe.
There are many theories about the year 2012. Are we going to live? Are we going to die? But here's the question I have. How is it going to be done? There are four main theories that follow this line. I will touch base on all these theories in following broadcasts. The main four are global destruction, catastrophe in other words. 2, the way the Bible has it. 3, New World Order. And the fourth and less known one is the 13 Kings prophecy. However, the 13 Kings prophecy is not technically written down on any paper, per se, in full detail on how this is going to happen. Who knows? Maybe it's the one because we don't know. We will start off this adventure with catastrophes, global events. There are 4 that are on the line. 1 is a spatial phenomena, aka asteroids, comets, and whatnot. 2 is Earth destruction, volcanoes, earthquakes, tsunamis. They could be the harbinger of death. Or 3, mankind does something completely and utterly stupid. Most of the time when they expect from catastrophes outside of Earth, they are talking about asteroid collisions or asteroid impact on Earth. These two are less likely, but another one that's been prophesized is gamma ray bursts. To tell you what a gamma ray burst is, take an aerosol can, your match, light the match to an orange. If this were to happen, half the world could be torched to nothingness. And this, depending on where you are, this is what happens. You do this experiment, and you see that gamma ray bursts are not that fun, unless you're on the side that didn't get hit. With asteroids, it affects the whole planet, but locally, it kills all life, changes the landscape, and whatnot. With an asteroid, your chances of survival are pretty good, if you know where you are. If the asteroid landed, let's say in China, and you're in America, you have a 40% chance of survival. But if it hits New York City and you live in Los Angeles, your ratings are going to go down on survival. Then there's the earthquakes. The most preferential treatment would be in America where the fault lines are there, but they're not really a big deal anymore. We've kind of grown lax in them. If you want to see a prime example of this, go watch the show 10.5 and 10.5 Apocalypse. There you'll see what really happens when tragedy strikes. Comet, half the world would be gone. Life on this planet would be no more. Life on this planet would change. Can you believe that? Now we will discuss on-Earth catastrophes. With the earthquake, that can be caused by either global spatial phenomenon or Earth itself. But now we get into other things. Let's go with the most popular one in my area, the Yellowstone caldera blowing up. Where I am right now, I would not have a great chance of survival. I'd say my odds would be slim to none. The theory is if a supervolcanic eruption were to happen in Yellowstone, everywhere in a 100-mile radius of the explosion would be virtually lifeless. If you really want to see the caldera, get a picture from the Astronomical Society, NASA. But then the next section, which would be 300-mile radius, would only have a 30% chance of survival. This is just a direct explosion. Next zone, 700 miles, would be toxic to most people if they were outside. Depending on the expansion of this explosion, this is what could happen. The states of Montana, Wyoming, Idaho, and parts of the Dakotas and Colorado could be sanctioned as non-livable. Due to this, you always got to realize something too. Volcanoes isn't the only one that can get rid of us. Tsunamis can get rid of people too. If you have a Category 5 tsunami hit the west coast, you'd basically have water from the Pacific coast to the Cascades, all the way down the pipe into the Sierra Nevadas. This would mean that the whole west coast would be wiped out. Deaths would be rampant. In 2012, this could happen. Most likely not, most likely yes. Ugh. Most people say they'd prefer an on-Earth catastrophe to a spatial phenomenon catastrophe. What's the difference?